So, Warhammer 40k Darktide came out a long time ago now. And when it first released, I bought the game on Steam and ended up refunding it because I went through the prologue and everything. And when I was in like the main hub looking for missions, I kind of received multiple different error codes. I was never able to actually play a match. And upon looking on their forums and stuff, there were so many different error codes the game had. But over time, obviously, they've had time to work on the game. They have fixed a lot of stuff and the game has changed. So I downloaded the game through Game Pass this time and tried loading into my characters because they were there for some reason. And I was presented with error code 3013. And I kept trying to log into the game, and it was error after error after error. So what I did was deleted my two characters and created a fresh character, thinking they could be bugged characters or something like that. And I still got error code 3013 until about 2 or 3 attempts to log in with my new character, I was actually able to bypass this error code. So no more 3013. But that is until I get into actual matchmaking, because I go to the mission terminal, the big table in the central hub, and I search for a quick play match. And when I do search, it kicks me out of the table, tells me there's an error, brings up codes 3013 again. And I'm thinking at this stage, fuck yeah, now, am I actually going to get to play this game? And then all of a sudden, it just ignores that error. It puts me into a match with 3 other players. So I press play, we get into it, and my biggest downfall with the whole of Darktide is how long everything takes to load. But that's nothing like error codes and bugs and progression blockers and corrupted data or anything like that. So you just got to be a little bit patient with this one. But I did get into my very first match on Darktide, and I've had so much fun with this game. You run through missions, you kill a load of enemies, you've got medic stations, but you're not playing on your own. You are matched up with 3 other players, and there's different difficulties, different mission types. And once I completed my first mission, I reached trust level 2, so I unlocked the armory exchange, and I was also given a new weapon. Instead of my shovel, I was given an axe. It's got more damage, it's got a higher rating. So I went into my second mission and completely different teammates. You can merge your teams if you want to after the end of a mission, so you can keep the same players in a team. But I jumped into the second match, run through that one, took us around 25 minutes. I'd say each match is between 20 to 30 minutes. At least on difficulty 2. And that's with a lot of us going down very often. And what I like about these matches is that it's not just mindless killing. You get massive groups of enemies attack you, but you are doing objectives. There's resources and stuff you can pick up as you're going through missions, but with the objectives, they will lead you to, basically when you get to the final objective, you'll either have a boss fight, or you'll have something we had to do with these, I think they're cryonic pods or something like that. You'll basically have to take these pods to this cooling system, and every time you pick up a pod, a new wave of ads spawns in. And then after you've done everything with that system, you have to go and get to this plane sort of thing to extract from the mission. So there's a different layout for each of the missions, and quick play is really good. It gets you into a random mission with a random group. You take it on and you get bonuses for choosing to play quick play. And then after completing my second mission, I unlocked this new area for reaching trust level 4. And this one lets you upgrade the rarity of your weapons. You get to put different buffs on them, like you get extra damage to certain enemy types. And then you just get back in and you play again, mission after mission, taking down all of these enemies, doing the objectives, having boss fights. And the best thing about this game is the community is fucking amazing. I made the mistake being my first time of running into a certain enemy that the player said don't run into that enemy. So I was like, okay, I totally understand, because 2 of us got our asses handed to us by this enemy. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's a demon ghoul or something like that. I can't remember its actual name. But I made the mistake of running into the enemy, set it off. And this is mid-missions. You're getting a boss bar, health bar at the top of your screen. That absolutely wiped 2 of us out of the game. We had to be rescued by the other players. But the players were nice enough to not go mad for me making a mistake. They would simply just if you see one of them, don't run into them. Don't worry, I did it on my first time too. So the community is very helpful. They are friendly. And I've really enjoyed that about this game. So you've got the fun you're going to have in the missions, the different weapons you can get, the different missions you can take on, the different bosses you can fight, the objectives you do, and then on top of all of that, the community is brilliant as well. So is it worth buying Warhammer 40k Darktide? 100% is worth getting now. After getting through all the different error codes and the problems with the matchmaking at first, I thoroughly enjoyed my time on this game. The only problem I see with it is you're going to have to be a little bit more patient with this game than what you do with others, because the loading times for pretty much everything in the game are a lot longer than you would probably expect. But that's my opinions on playing a little bit of Warhammer 40k Darktide. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.